Elbow Grease Productions, in association with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, presents Hi, this is Pearl Jr. with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, bringing you another episode in the life or death of Michael Joe Jackson. Well, I've noticed something, that the clues that I leave on my Twitpic page are not getting that many views. So I was wondering if you, the YouTube audience, is missing out on a lot of death hoax clues. So this episode will be dedicated to me bringing you up to date. Now, the most important and the most recent clue that we got was in Bad 25. You know, the documentary by Spike Lee that aired Thanksgiving here on ABC. Well, Macy's is a sponsor to that documentary, and there was a commercial by Justin Bieber, and we know that Justin Bieber had the Believe album, and what are we called? Death hoaxers are called believers. And there's been a lot of news stories about Justin Bieber and Michael Jackson, in some way or the other are similar. Now, let me tell you about the Macy's commercial.
It's almost midnight.
Yes, Macy's Black Friday sale. Ooh, ooh.
Hey, Justin, do you think you could avoid the whole wink, nod, smile?
Come on, everyone loves the wink, nod, smile, bro.
Well, do you remember last year?
It was kind of problematic.
I just have something in my eye.
Oh, dear.
Got it.
Go!
Hey!
Bieber fever!
Buy any Justin Bieber fragrance and we'll donate $2 to Make-A-Wish. Macy's Black Friday sale starts at midnight.
Well, did you notice the wink nod, which was back from my video, wink, wink, nod, nod? And guess when it aired? Right after the death segment in that documentary. So that is Michael going, wink, wink, nod, nod. In the first month that we had talked, which was January 2012, I said, Peter Pan, everybody thinks you're Michael. And if you are Michael, I know you can't tell me that it's you. So can you send me some wink, wink, nod, nods that it's you? And we got the hot chocolate clue. Remember? Peter Pan tweeted Chris Tucker, then Peter Pan tweeted a picture of the hot chocolate, and then Jermaine tweeted there's no such thing as coincidences, and then at the I'll Be There event, Chris Tucker tells this story.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went to Neverland, and I was in his study, and I spilled some hot chocolate, and I was so scared that I was never going to get invited to Neverland again, so I was with Jermaine. I said, Jermaine, I spilled some hot chocolate, and I don't know how I did that. He said, man, don't worry about that. Just have fun. You'll never learn. And then Michael came in, and I told Michael, he said, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I said, Chris, don't worry about that. Go ride go-karts. Go do something. That's just hot chocolate. I got plenty of rooms in here.
About hot chocolate. Now, you know that is just too precise to be a coincidence. So thank you, Michael, for never forgetting us believers. Now, moving right along, Pablo, Sofurgofromashes. Well, somebody sent this to me right before the documentary aired, which is a picture that Pablo posted to his Facebook account back in February 2012, and it highlights hot chocolate. Here we go again. Now, there are a lot of other clues that I'd like to update you on, and I hope they're not complicated. And if they are, please feel free to read my comment section in my Twitpic pictures. Let's proceed. Now, Pablo, he has posted way back, like around March, this picture of Michael during the bad era. And who knew that this picture would end up on the cover of Michael Bush's book called Dressing the King? Did he know ahead of time? Moving right along. Lately, there's been a lot of talk of sun. Jermaine changing his last name to spell Jackson, which is Jacksun. And then there's an article where Jermaine says he wanted to change his name because he loves the sun, and so does Michael. But there's a lot of other things that are related to the sun. For example, Circus du Soleil. Soleil means sun in French. Well, there's been a lot of talk on my previous video about Paris collaborating with Nat King Cole and Bing Crosby and I'll Be Home for Christmas. And so therefore we're thinking Christmas could be a comeback date because after all, the week of Christmas 2008 was the first of the death hoax in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I did a whole video about Paris collaborating with Pablo, and I can substantiate that video a little bit more. On October 4th, Paris tweeting someone in the dark, which we know SITD means someone in the dark, which is Pablo's other name. And we thought maybe it meant Pablo or Peter Pan or Peter Pan and Pablo, but he made sure he posted the close-up which says Paris University. And then we have on the 5th, we have Pablo posting the close-up of this Letterman jacket that has peas on it. So we know the beginning collaborations had Paris and Pablo involved, where they posted similar things within hours of each other. So let's proceed with the Christmas clues. Now we have Christmas, the origins of Christmas representing the sun god, who apparently died December 22nd. Then he rose from the dead 3 days later, and you have Christmas. So I thought that that was very interesting, rising from the dead. Also, another Twitpic picture that I did a profile shot of Pablo and Pablo. They're both supposed to be Pablo, but they don't look alike. One clearly looks like Michael Jackson, and the other one clearly does not. Now, I am a believer that Pablo Terragamo is an actor, and he says he's met Michael several times, and I believe they're working in cahoots together, but I don't believe for 1 second that the dancing Pablo is the same guy as the acting Pablo. Proceeding. On Pablo's Dancing the Dream Tumblr page, there is a picture, or there was a picture, of Michael Jackson and Bobby Womack. Now, why would Pablo post that? Well, back in 1994, Bobby Womack released an album called Resurrection. And if we look back to 1994, we also have the World Weekly News Report, in which it says Michael Jackson plans to fake his death. And Bobby Womack also worked with Janis Joplin on the Pearl album. Well, this is Pearl Jr. for MichaelJacksonInsider.com, and I will see you next time. Thousands believed Tupac did it. Millions believed Elvis did it. But did Michael Jackson really do it? E-movie book, Pseudocide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life? By author Pearl Jr. It's the most shocking true story of our lifetime. Order yours today. Go to MichaelJacksonPseudocide.com. That's MichaelJacksonPseudocide.com.